Hi Ray, hi Dustin, and hi everyone who's watching Feile TV. I am side stage as we speak. It's 6:05. The Boo Radleys have just gone on stage. They're in the middle of their second song. They're a bit late, and already they're kicking up a storm and the place is beginning to bounce. We're going to see a lot more of the Boo Radleys later on, but now we'll have a sneak preview with the song off their last album, Giant Steps, called Barney and Me, at Feile 95, the Boo Radleys. For those of you who maybe just joining us, haven't been with us all weekend, we have here at Feile a thing called the Chatterbox. It's basically a box, as the name implies, where people just go in, stick their faces in front of a TV camera and say whatever they want to say. And some of the stuff they've been saying over the weekend has been pretty darn strange. So let's have a look at the latest bunch of stuff that we've got from the Chatterbox. The Chatterbox, God bless it. You think people have more sense though, wouldn't you? If you're down in Feile over the next 2 days, of course, you can go and say something silly in it as well and end up on television. This year at Feile, for the very first time, there's an actual carnival on site. Now, it may not be a huge carnival, but it's a carnival nonetheless. There are 4 rides, and I'm going to try all 4 of them, if my legs and stomach can take it. We're nearing the end of a very long day here at Feile. In fact, I can't believe the guys behind me are still playing. They've been at it all day, God bless them. Tomorrow we have 3 slots of Feile Television for you on Network 2. We're on at 11:30 in the morning, we're on at 6, and then we're on at 11 at night. There's plenty of Feile TV for you. Tomorrow the band's in running order on the back of the laminate here, you see. Stum, Revelino, The Devlins, Menswear, Dodgy, Galliano, Terence Trent Derby, Elastica, Paul Weller, Stone Roses and Orbital. That's everything that's happening tomorrow, Sunday, the 6th of August, the last day of Feile here in Pairc Uí Chaoimh in Cork. And of course on the groove stage, Chemical Brothers, Carol Cox and Lauren Garnier. Look out on the stadium, it's virtually empty. I think there's a few of the crew people playing frisbee down at the back. They will be opening the doors very, very soon, and about 12:50 Stum from Derry go on stage. They're the opening band here on Sunday. Here we are with Martin and Sice from the Boo Radleys. Martin, start with you. Not your first visit to Ireland by any means?
No, not at all. It's the first visit to Cork. The other times we've only been to Belfast and Dublin.
What's your impression so far?
Well, all I've seen is the inside of the bus, so it could be anywhere. But I'm looking forward to it. I really like festivals, and they're great.
What's the difference between, for instance, playing a festival and playing, somewhere like the Tivoli in Dublin, which is where I saw you last?
I think there's less pressure when you do a festival.
All right, I'm back side stage again. The Pairc Uí Chaoimh is beginning to fill up. We've just had Stum live on stage. They've just finished. They have the opening band here on Sunday, and very, very, very shortly indeed, Dublin band Revelino will be on. And I also think that we have Johnny from Menswear backstage with Ray very soon. He's going to be talking to him. But in the meantime, it's 1:25 almost here at Pairc Uí Chaoimh. We're going to have a look at some of the highlights so far of the weekend. Recorded earlier today, that was a beautiful South, and we'll have more from them in a few minutes. Also recorded earlier today, now I haven't seen this, but Paul Heaton, the main man in the beautiful South, Dustin and Ray got together and had some sort of sports quiz, and allegedly it's very funny. Here we are side stage live at Feile 95. It's just gone 7:45. People have been on almost an hour. They're very nearly finished. They're the winners, of course, for their 1994 album. They win the Mercury Prize. That album was called Elegant Slumming. They have an album out at the moment called Bizarre Fruit. We're going to get a sample from People now, live from Feile 95. This is where I do my first really silly link of the weekend, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more of them. They're sending me to bed early in this tent, and how many people get to sleep with a microphone, I ask? All right, I've had enough of this Feile baloney. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Until then, take care of yourselves and enjoy what's left of it. Good night now. Good night. I'm sitting here side stage. It's almost 12 o'clock. The last act of Saturday night are on stage as we speak. They've just recently come from the Phoenix Festival in England, where they previewed material off their new album, Orbis Terrarum. They're on stage at Feile. Let's have a look at The Orb. That was, by the way, Tricky with his new single, Hell Is Round the Corner.
Go on, tell them. Impress them with your knowledge.
All right, that samples on the album the same Isaac Hayes track that Portishead sample on their Glory Box single.
Impressed?
Or what?
You should be. And just a little plug now, because I think that Pat is standing in for Dave Fanning next week on 2FM.
Possibly.
Tune in. Will they hear Tricky and Portishead?
Be there or be somewhere else. Of course. Blur have been on since 10 o'clock. It's now almost 4 minutes past 11, and they have rocked Pairc Uí Chaoimh. It's the best reaction I've seen all day, and it equals the reaction they got at Feile last year. Park Life was the album that set them up last year, and a brilliant album it was. They have a new album on the way. They've just released a single off it, Country Home, which they actually played here about 2 minutes ago. They're getting ready to do another song. We're going to go to them, watch the pictures on Network 2, listen to the sound in stereo on 2FM. Blur live at Feile. Well, as we speak here live backstage at Feile, the Orb are still on stage and we're recording it, and hopefully we'll see more of it before we finish here on Sunday night. Now, earlier today, a band played Feile who played Feile twice before. In fact, today was their third offering. Last year, their Greatest Hits Best Of album was one of the biggest selling albums in Britain. So here is some highlights of the gig they did earlier on, The Beautiful South. They were excellent last year at Feile in Thurles. They were excellent last night here at Pairc Uí Chaoimh. That's Blur with 2 songs from their current album, Park Life. This is a low and the title track. They have a new album due out, I think, in September. And I must admit, I'm really looking forward to that. Now, a few things to say. There's plenty happening today. I think today is the best lineup. So if you're actually anywhere near Cork, actually if you're not even near Cork, get down here. Great lineup. We have the Stone Roses, Paul Weller and Elastica, Orbital, Terence Trent D'Arby, Galliano, Dodgy Menswear, and opening with 3 Irish bands, the Devlins, Revelino and Stum. It's going to be a cracker of a day. Chemical Brothers, Carol Cox and Laurent Garnier down in the Groove tent. It's going to be a great day. It's damn hot as well. Bring lots of sun cream. Bring a lot of sun cream and drink a lot of water. There's free water all over the site on tap, so you won't dehydrate. All right, that's a good thing. Now, the Boo Radleys, one of the great hits of 1995. Their new album, Wake Up Boo, is a pop classic, and we're going to show... They were on stage yesterday, again checking the old laminate. They were on stage about 6 o'clock yesterday. Did a cracker set, and we're going to do the big hit single. This is the Boo Radleys and Wake Up Boo. All right, we are side of stage. Revelino are on stage as we speak. The place is beginning to fill up. They're only the second band on the bill. They made a big splash in 94, 95 with their self-titled debut album. Came out of nowhere. Well, they used to be the Coltrane's, if truth be known, but we won't tell anyone that. So let's have a look at them. We'll be back here on Network 2 with Feile Television at 6. But playing us out this afternoon, Revelino. The third band that went on stage today, earlier this morning, were the Devlins from Dublin. They have a new album out. Well, it's actually been out in the States, believe it or not, for nigh on 2 years now. It's just gone on release here. It's called Drift. They also have a song on the Batman Forever soundtrack, which will do them no harm at all. So to see what they look like as well as sound like, we recorded some of their slot earlier on, and let's have a dip into that.
I'd just like to say that I think Pat O'Mahony is the best thing that has ever happened to RTE and Feile TV. He is absolutely brilliant, a really good looking bloke, and he was brilliant on Head to Toe and that other rubbish programme, Gertin Clune 94, and that other options thing he does. He is also brilliant on the radio, and he is a genius, a broadcasting genius. Pat O'Mahony, we love you, and I'd like to say hello to your mum, Peg O'Mahony, as well. Right, is that it? Yeah? Cheers, Pat. Thanks a million. Yeah, stick it. Yeah, cheers. See you later, Pat, right? What an idiot.
All right, before the chatterbox, we had Menswear recorded earlier this afternoon. As I said to you, we promised you when I was talking to Rob, an acoustic number from Galliano. Well, he's told me since that it's actually a world exclusive. This has never been performed in public before because it was only written a few weeks ago. So Galliano, a world exclusive for Feile TV and a Western Front. Sitting here in Feile TV with Bren Berry, one of 2 Brendans in Revelino. How was your set earlier on?
Brilliant. We had a great time. We played earlier on today, and it was a really good buzz here today. It's great fun.
How did it compare with the kind of gigs you've played before? Is it your biggest?
Oh, yeah.
I'm standing in, of course, what has become one of my favourite positions for the weekend, which is side stage here at Feile. If things were running on schedule, Orbital would actually be playing behind me, but things are running about 20 minutes late, maybe even a little more, and Orbital's crew are actually preparing the stage as we speak. However, we will be coming to Orbital very, very soon in the show, so just keep your fingers crossed that the crew can get it together very quickly. So, you know, in the meantime, Dustin, I hope you do sell a few more of those old... what are they? Blackboard jungle games?
That's it.
Now, I suppose most people would be under the impression that the pop stars who'd play a festival like Feile get treated like royalty and swan around backstage in luxury caravans and the like. If only you knew. In fact, you can have a look. This is where the artists hang out. Bet your bottom dollar I'm side of stage. Orbital made it on stage about just over 10 minutes ago. It's now 5 to 12 and the place is rocking, the place is dancing, and it's a fitting end to Feile 95. Orbital, of course, the band who have been releasing records for years, but last year's Snivelisation was the one that broke them big. Then they performed last year at Glastonbury on the small NME stage, went down a bomb, so it went on Channel 4. This year they were on the main stage, now they're here at Feile. So, without further ado, live on stage, Orbital! Who am I introing? Oh, I'm on! I love live television. I'll stay in that light just for you so you can see me. All right, we have come to the end of Feile 95 here at Pairc Uí Chaoimh. We've still got, nearly half an hour left on the television. But the actual gig itself is over. Orbital went off stage about 10 minutes ago. The two Hartnell brothers, Phil and Paul, who joined us actually backstage yesterday evening and this morning for breakfast, in fact. Right, as you can see out there, the punters are on their way home. That's a terrible word, isn't it? Punters. That's what they call them. And the crew are stripping the stage. By the mid-morning, this stage will be gone. It'll all be packed away into trucks and it'll be taken out of here. So that's it. So this is the last link from the side of stage, one of my favourite positions from Feile. In fact, I'm glad because I've been running back and forward all along and I'm pretty exhausted. So this is it from side stage. I'll see you back there in a while. Ray, it's all yours.
You don't blame me about it, right? It's my van, right? If you don't...
Look at this, it's ridiculous. The door won't close.
Close the door. I want to get home.
How much did you pay for this van, Dustin?
What?
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Didn't pay for it. The guards weren't around, were they? Anyway, you consider yourself lucky. I didn't want to give you a lift. It's only Ray here talking me into it.
I'm glad you're not
Bad
driving.
enough for you all weekend.
Glad you're not
I
leaving driving because you can't direct either.
Get lost, you, right?
Listen.
Do
Does this thing actually move?
Not with the door open. I think there's an automatic stop on it.
Listen, we're going to try get moving eventually.
Hold on.
What are you going to do? We're going to do some more Stone Roses.
You're ungrateful Kildare, are you?
Before we
Listen,
go.
I've offered the pair of you to lift home in my van. It's my petrol.
Dustin,
No,
chill for
you
a
listen
second.
to me. I'll be listening to your rubbish all weekend.
All right, listen, we're going to go for some more Stone Roses before we get out of here.
All I want to say to you is you should be grateful.
Stone Roses. Whenever you're ready.
Stone
lads.
Roses.
Never mind him.
Stone Roses and me.
The last piece of music of the weekend, the Stone Roses, Breaking Into Heaven.
Will there be more music Monday to Friday as Pat O'Bandy takes over from Dave Fanning?
Oh, bang! Whoa!
Watch it! Setting these Cork roads.
Didn't know the roads in Cork were this bad.
Listen, we better say thanks a million to all the people at Cork.
Yeah, very helpful.
Good
golly. Janie.
To all the
What
crew
speed are you
helped
going?
us here.
Sorry, I'm only doing 20. I think the suspension has gone. Pat, would you like to say anything before we go?
I'd like to say that I want to strangle a certain Turk. Will you shut up on the way home, Dustin?
Right, we call it right.
Listen, Feile 95, we're on our way back up to Dublin if we ever get there in this thing, and no tax or insurance. We don't meet the guards.
Maybe I'll hitch.
Thanks for joining us over the weekend. Was it 16 or 14 hours of live television? We had a great time. Sorry about some of the silliness. And hopefully we'll see you for Feile 96. Okay,